All right, is everybody seeing this little PowerPoint here? It says Unit 27.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So all right. No, let's start off with some basic concepts here. All right. In terms of plotting points and coordinates. All right. So I hope you have your notebook, because you have to do a little writing. All right. Now, is it the graph paper that you have? It's called the Cartesian plane. Must apologize for my cryptic writing. All right. So the graph paper that you have is called a Cartesian plane. All right. And the purpose of the Cartesian plane is to really plot points. All right. The Cartesian plane can be broken up into 4 parts, called the first, second, third, and fourth quadrant. All right. So just like to inform you about that little all right. Now on a Cartesian plane, we have something called what we call the x-axis and the y-axis. As you can see, all right, let me get a little let me get something a little bit brighter. Okay. Okay, so on the x-axis, on the Cartesian plane, we have what we call the x-axis, or the horizontal axis. So this is the x-axis. All right, it runs along the horizontal plane. As you can see, these numbers are positive, and they're positive, and also they are increasing. All right, and notice about the y-axis, or the vertical axis. These values, they are what? They're also what? Positive and increasing. All right. Now, I could also draw the graph like this, where you have some negative numbers on the left-hand side. All right. And so these values will be what? They'll be negative and decreasing, going that way. And likewise, on the y-axis going down, these values will be also what? Negative and decreasing. Now, this is called the first quadrant. This is what we call the second quadrant. This is the third and the fourth. No, you notice the word called quadrant. Quad as in quart. All right, so you can split your Cartesian plane into 4 equal quarts. All right. Now, in the first quadrant, everything is positive. In the second quadrant, the x values are negative. As you can see, over here it is negative, but the y values are positive. In the third quadrant, the x values are negative, and the y values are also negative. All right. What about the fourth quadrant? Anybody want to tell me the values, the x values for the fourth quadrant? Are they positive or negative?
Sir, the X is positive and the Y is negative, sir.
Very good. Right. So in the fourth quadrant, X will be positive and Y will be negative. All right. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? All right. Anybody taking this off? All right. All right. I guess you can probably take it off another time. This is just like general notes. All right. All right. Now, I wanted somebody to tell me. All right. First of all, points, right? How do we write a point? So basically, the first value is the X value, and the second value is the Y value. All right. So for example, let's look at point F. So if I want to write the coordinate for point F, oh, all right, I would have to locate F. Now F, the X value for F is what? Somebody tell me.
6, sir.
It will be 6, not true? Right. And the corresponding Y value would be what? 5. All right, and that's how you write. That's how you That's how you write a point. All right. Can somebody tell me the point, the coordinate for point E?
Sir, on the x-axis it would be 6, and on the
Mm-hmm.
y-axis it would be 3.
Thank you. Thank you, Jody. Very good. All right. What about point D, which is a little bit, give me a second. Excuse me, let me check the main page because verses might be coming in the class. There you are. All right. Okay, yes, as I was saying, point, hold on, guys, hold on, sorry about that. Point D, who wants to tell me the coordinates for point D?
Point D would be 0 on the x-axis and 5 on the y-axis.
All right, it will be 0, 5. All right, so notice on D doesn't have an X value, it only has a what? A Y value. And likewise G, what would G be?
8 and 0.
0.
It will be 8 and 0. All right, now notice, you have to be very careful, is that G is on which axis? The X axis. So you have to write the 8 first, but it doesn't have a what? A Y value. So Y is 0. All right. All right. And any questions, class? Anybody have any concerns? Anybody lost? All right. All right. So we just looked at how to plot points. All right. Let us see what's next on this thing here. Okay. Okay. So it says plot the points A3. All right. Sorry, not A3. Plot the points A3, 8. So X will be 3 and Y will be 8. So that will be right there at that point there. Would you agree? Is that 3, 8?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. What about B? B is what? 6 and 1. All right. We good? Agree? All right. What about C now? C is what? 2, 5. So 2, 5 would be, please locate it mentally. It will be there. Very good. All right. So what we just done a while ago is to successfully teach you guys how to plot points. All right. Anybody have any problems plotting points on the Cartesian plane? All right. All right. So, we would have done this already, not true? Oh dear. So D, let's check it now. D was what? Somebody tell me what D was.
0, 5.
0, 5. Somebody, one of the man them talk, because one of the man them talk. What is E?
3, 6.
3, 6? No, you know. Remember it's the X
3.
first here. So it's
Yes,
6, 3. All right. Yeah, that's a common error here to mix up the X and the Y value. All right. What about point F?
6 and
6-5.
5.
Right. And last one, G is
8, 0.
8, 0. Very good. Well done. All right. So this is just the beginning of introductory stage to relations, functions, and graph. And you probably would have done these already in probably grade 7. All right. I don't know if you do that in PEP, but you know, basic stuff. All right. Now, look at this question. Look at this question. All right. So, okay. Can somebody tell me what is at location 4, -2?
The church term set. Or the
Church.
church.
Okay, cool. Is that correct, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
All right. And some of you guys went there this morning, not true?
No, sir.
All right, all right, Mallory. All right. Probably you went online, or probably you went Saturday. All right. Anyways, what is at B?
Lifeboat station,
Lifeboat
sir.
station.
All right. Cool. Yes. Lifeboat station. Is everybody following?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Look. Remember. No. All right. Let me try to explain. Look. Just in case. So the first number is the X value. So this is the X. So X is -2. So which part -2 there? Right there, so. And the second value is what? -3. But the second value is the Y value. And where is -3? It's right here. It's kind of jumbled a little bit. So where the 2 points meet, that will be your location. All right. It's not so clear cut. All right. Okay. Write down the coordinates for the lighthouse.
+7, sir.
But
And
+1.
+1. Very good. So the lighthouse, which is right here. Well, you're unable to see that value, but it's obviously it would have been 7 because 6, 7, and then 8, and then the 1 is a bit you know. What about the shop?
-1 and +3.
-4 and
It's
+3.
-4, sir.
-4, sir. Sorry, me never
Right.
see
-4. Right. No problem, man. No worry. The diagram is not so 100% clear. All right. All right. So.
Sir, I mean, you make a mistake, sir.
All right. Okay. All right. So we just located the lighthouse and the shop. All right. So quickly, let's put in those for me, please. The telephone box and jetty. I think jetty is probably a little runway. I want to think, or a place.
Sir, is it -1 and +0, I guess?
For which one?
No, -4.
And
+4.
+1.
+1.
Right. -4 and +1. What about jetty?
+2, +2.
All right. Campsite, cafe.
Cafe, -5,
-5,
-2.
-2.
All right. What about campsite?
+3 and -4, sir.
4.
+3 and -4. Right. Right. You're all correct. All right. And it's very important that we know how to plot points on a Cartesian plane. All right. All right. Do you have any questions? All right. Let's. All right. All right. Let us look at plotting points for equations. All right. So this might take a little bit more effort. All right. So let me just be blunt with you and be honest with you. You see, relations, functions, and graphs. There's a lot of algebra in it. Right. That's the thing about it. A lot of algebra. All right. So here we have an equation. Y is equal to x subtract 2. All right. And here we have 4, 1, -1. All right. So we have y equals x subtract. Let me try to. Let me try to So y is equal to x subtract 2. All right. Now, if you look at the first point here, so they tell you that one of the points is what? 4 something. All right. Now, can you tell me which value is supposed to be at the question sign? Is it the x or is it the y? Right. It would have been the y, not true. All right. Now, our job now to do is to find the corresponding y values, basically. All right. So we could say x is equal to 4. So what we're going to place x equal to 4 into this equation. So we're going to have y equal to, we replace x with 4, so the 4 subtract 2. 4 subtract 2 is actually what? 2. All right. Everybody see that? So
Yes, sir.
the corresponding value,
Yes, sir.
the corresponding value would be positive 2. All right. So what I want you to do is to find the corresponding value for y when x is 1, and find the corresponding value for y when x is negative 1. All right. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do that, or even 1 minute.
Sir, negative one, sir.
Okay, you got negative 1. Okay. Anybody else?
I got -1 as well, sir.
All right, very good. All right, so somebody second it. All right, so basically when x, we're working out this second one here, when x is equal to 1, we want to know what the value of y is. So we're going to use the same equation. All right, so we have y equals x, but we're not going to write x. We're going to replace x with what? 1. So it's 1 subtract
Right.
2. So that's going to be -1. You're absolutely correct. All right, let's look at the last one now. When x is equal to -1, what is the corresponding y values?
-3.
Okay, I just want to say -3. All right, let us wait for a few moments, see if somebody else got that. Can second it and third it.
Yes, sir.
All
It's
right,
-3.
it's -3. Very good. Anybody want to third it? All right. So we want to know what the y value is when x is equal to -1. So we have y equals -1 subtract 2. All right. So remember now, we're using this equation for all 3 points. All right. And -1, -2 is actually -3. All right. Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, cool. So what you notice, we used these points here. What was given to you, class? Initially, what was given to you?
X.
The x
This
values,
one.
and you're given an equation, and you're supposed to use the x values and equation to find the corresponding what? Y values. All right? All right. So, anybody writing? All right. So I'm going to move on. Hold on there.
So you notice, sir, answer them, sir, like when I count, sir, 1, 2, 3, sir.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's for the no don't. That's for the x-axis. I'm not sure what you're saying. What you trying to say?
Sir, like the answer them, sir, like when you count, sir. 1, 2, 3. Notice.
Okay. Well, let me tell you now, the answer is going to vary depending on the equation. All right, let me tell you, this eraser is like trying to erase an actual board. You know, like trying to erase a board. That's how difficult this is. All right, so I believe the next thing that they'll do is to represent all this information on a graph. All right. All right, so basically, I want you guys to sketch this for me, please, and plot these points for me on your graph. Just scribble, just sketch something in your notebook, like this, and plot those 3 points. And I want somebody who can open their camera and show us their answer. When you plot those 3 points, take your ruler and draw a straight line through it, basically. And let me just say welcome again to our little extra class. And you know, today is a special day. Yes, today is a special day. So if you're a mother, happy Mother's Day. Right.
Definitely not, sir.
I know Mallory is gonna say something, you know. All right. But remember that we have a wide audience today, you know, so it's not only high school kids. We have you know, you ladies will be surprised, you know, like, you know, what COVID has done to them. All right, so anybody want to anybody finish? All right, let me get out of this. All right. You guys hear me clearly? Anisha, are you hear me? Yeah, somebody saying I'm low. I don't know. Somebody said that they're not seeing anything. Heron, are you seen? Are you seen now? No.
So your name is on the screen, nothing else.
Say that again?
Your name is on the screen. We are not seeing the word that you put in up there, sir.
No, man. I asked you guys to complete a task, and I'm just waiting for persons to view. That's why I took it off. All right. I gave it an activity.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Anybody finish?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mallory, you want to open your camera and show us
No,
what?
sir.
All right. Suppose it was TikTok. Would you open your camera? No?
Suppose it was what, sir?
TikTok. All right. Time is going. So let me show you what you're supposed to have. All right. So those are the 3 points. All right. And then you'll draw a straight line through it. That's a straight line. All right. Any questions? Anybody lost? All right. Let's move on. Plotting curves. All right. So this is a little bit trickier. All right. Please take off this question. All right. Okay. Okay. Barbie, are you there? Help me out. Yes. Or okay. Barbie, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What?
Sir.
When I got to the lineup, I could have swear to Andrew Onis. See a while ago. No, serious thing. As a God, I could have swear I said Andrew Onis come up on this thing a while ago. So I said, no man. So but I realized it's Aubrey.
Excuse
All
me,
right.
sir.
Yes.
Could you bring it back to the previous slide?
The previous slide? No problem.
Yes, sir.
Sir, what make you for could you use up by top up the so what make you have to use it on
All right, sir.
Somebody you're asking if why you're talking about this point here?
Pie top.
You're talking about this?
Yes,
four-
them that one there.
All right. So remember, the first one is oh, you're saying why it never go down here, so?
Up high top up there so we're 40.
Okay. All right. Remember, you know, this is 4. The 4 up here, so is on which axis? The Y. All right. But the 4 down here, so is the one on the what? On the X. So we have to use this X value here. So you start off with this X value here, which is 4, and you correlate it with the Y for the 2. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Right. Let me tell you, that's a common error here to mix up the X and the Y's. That's a common error. All right, Derek, are you through? Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, let's look at this now. Plotting curves. All right. All right, so please take off this question with this table. All right, so write off that table for me. So the question says complete the table below for the relationship y equals x squared subtract 2. All right, as you can see, yet again, the x values are what? They're given to you. And we're supposed to use this equation to find the corresponding y values. All right, so y is equal to x squared subtract 2. All right, so basically, we want to find the value of y when x is equal to -3. So what we're going to do, we're going to replace x with -3 in this formula. So y is equal to -3 square, all squared, subtract 2. Everybody see that? Everybody following so far?
Yes, sir.
All right. What is negative? What is -3 square?
9.
9, sir.
Positive 9. Positive 9.
Positive.
Right. Can somebody explain to us why -3 square is positive 9?
Negative time
Negative,
negative.
positive.
Negative equals a positive.
Right. In other words, -3 square means -3 times what? -3, which is what? Positive 9. All right. And then we continue. We're going to write subtract 2. All right. And 9 subtract 2 is 7.
7.
Right. So what goes beneath the -3 would be 7. All right. Can you complete this table for me, please? I'm going to give you 5 minutes. To do that, or maybe not so much, probably about 2 to 3 minutes.
I give you a quest.
Oh, I'm live. Don't trouble in book. No. Use another book. Take it up and put it in the garbage. All right. If you're finished, let me know.
We are finished.
All right. You
Two
sure? So,
finished, sir. Two more, sir.
all right. Well, that's a total of 23. So let's just wait about 1 more minute. All right. Let's wait about one. And please double check your answers here, because let me tell you something. You see, when you're doing these graph things, if any of the values are incorrect, when you try to draw them, you might have something might not look out of shape, you know, because the values are incorrect. So double check, don't rush, ensure that all the values are correct, because then you're gonna plot this on a graph. All right. As a matter of fact, if you have a graph paper, please middle your graph and see if you can put this on a graph paper. We'd love to see your work. Or if you don't have a graph paper, if you can sketch it, it's okay. All right, so I'm just gonna erase this. All right, who wants to tell me what they got for -2?
Number 2,
Positive
sir.
2.
Positive 2.
Positive 2, sir.
+2. All right. You sure? All right.
Yes, sir.
Let us reveal the answer. +2. Very good. Awesome. What about the other one?
-1.
Negative 1.
All right. I hear a lot of persons saying -1. Let's reveal the answer. You are absolutely correct. All right. Anybody have any problems getting these two values? The -2, the 2 and the -1? All right. What about the 0?
Negative 2.
-2.
-2, sir.
All right.
No.
Yes.
All right. And what's for 1, 2, and 3?
-1, sir. And positive 2 and positive 7.
Positive 7.
+7. Very good. All right. No, we call all of this a set of ordered pairs. All of these values here. And we call the x values domain, and we call the y values range. So let me try to put that in perspective. The x values are called what class? Domain. The corresponding y values are called range.
Sorry, what did you say the names of the y values were?
Hold on, let me hold on there. Right, so it's the x values. They're called domain. Oh dear. Domain, and the y values are called range. All right. Now, when you put everything together, so the first set of points would be -3 and 7. Then you have what? -2 and 2. Then you have what? -1 and -1. Now, you see all these values here? That means all of them here. They're called ordered pairs, all right? Set of ordered pairs. Set of ordered pairs. All right. Can I take this off? Anybody still writing? All right.
No.
All right, guys. What I want you to do now, you see, I want you guys to take with your graph paper or just sketch something, set up a grid for me, and I want you guys to represent. What? It's not coming off. This is a joke. See that? Can you imagine? All right. So set up a grid like that, and I want you to plot those points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 7 points for you to plot. And let me see if you guys are able to plot those points correctly, all right? And if you think you plot them correctly, I want you guys to sketch that curve. All right. Remember, when you're sketching a curve, you can't use a ruler to sketch a curve, right? All right. All right. Anybody finish plotting the points?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody need more time to plot the points? I'm going to reveal them now. But I don't.
Yes,
I
sir.
just don't want.
So give me 1 more minute, please, sir.
All right. Cool. I don't want you. I don't want to just give it away. Like, I want you to try it for yourself. You understand? I don't want to sit down and relax and drink tequila. All right. You guys know what tequila is?
Alcohol, sir.
Liquor, sir.
Rum.
Yeah, it's a very popular Mexican drink, tequila. Well, yeah, it's a strong you know. It's a very interesting. It's funny. It's amazing. Like, in Jamaica, we make alcohol from sugar cane. But a lot of people don't realize they can make rum from basically anything, any fruit. Yeah, yeah.
Sir, the curve thing, is it supposed to be freehand?
Yeah, yes, yeah. So, what would be the opposite for freehand? Bad knows? You always hear people say, sir, use a freehand. So if you don't use a freehand, what would you use?
A
Ruler, sir.
ruler.
A ruler, right? Okay. I was thinking probably tie up your hand and. All right, Mrs. Harty, are you through? All right.
Almost, sir. Almost.
Okay. All right. All right. I know some of you would have your Sunday dinner already, not true?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Are you ladies cooking you're preparing meals for your mom today, or is it the other way around?
Other way around.
Other way.
Yes, sir.
All right. So share with the class anything special you have done today on Mother's Day for your mother. Just anybody want to share anything anything special they'll
Give less stress.
give less. God have mercy. All right.
Sir, cook for her and give her a card.
Very good. Yes. Very good. That's nice, Dana.
Unblock her from my status.
All right.
What? Oh,
All right. Mallory.
finish, sir. Finish.
All right. Okay. Why the world is not the same as we knew it. Yeah. Yeah. Can you just imagine Palm Father's Day? Why? All right. Okay, so let's review the points. Now, guys, now you see this thing is very technical. Number one, you have to get the mathematics correct to get the corresponding y values correct. Secondly, you have to have knowledge of how to plot the points correctly. And thirdly, you have to plot the points accurately, not true, or draw the curve accurately. So this is the point. So look at that. That's the first one. That's -3 and 7. All right. Then -2 and 2. -1 and -1. Then 0 and -2. All right. Where is that? Where's 0 and -2? It's right there. Then you go up like that, and you get like that. And then, right? You saw Sir can draw good? Look at that.
No, sir, I computer, sir.
Computer. All right.
Nah, I have to load them up still.
All right. All right. But if you can, this is a nice little curve for you to draw. All right. So please take a screenshot of this or something. But let me tell you, in the real exam, you may ask to actually draw this curve. Let me tell you what they do. They wouldn't ask you to compute all these y values. They'll probably leave out probably 2 and ask you to drop in the 2. All right. All right, so tell me when you finish. All right. Anybody?
Finish, sir.
Anybody finish? All right, cool. All right, now we can represent this information. Give me a second. Right, we can represent this information, you see, on something that we call a mapping diagram. It's pretty simple, you know. So a mapping diagram is like you put all the x values in one column. So you have, let me see if I can draw it here. So we have -3, -2, -1, 0, 1. Oh dear, this thing is in the way. Anybody know what crest is this called? Which? Anybody know what this is? Which education institution this crest is associated with? No? Go again. I'm not hearing.
No, sir. Which one is it?
You take, sir.
You take. All right.
Sir,
One
Jamaica.
more. Jamaica. Awesome. Jamaica one crocodile on it with them are male and female.
Sir,
Yeah,
I was going
it's
to say
UTEC.
Jamaica College, sir.
Okay. It's UTEC. All right. All right. So we have -3. All right, let me improvise. So basically, just put this like a little thing like this. So this is the x value. And I most apologize for this. Then you're gonna you're gonna write in the corresponding y values. That will be what? 7, 2, -1, -2, -1, 2, and 7. All right. And then you just draw some lines going that way. So -3 maps to 7, -2 maps to 2, -1 maps to -1, 0 maps to -2, etc., etc. All right. So this is what we call a what? A mapping diagram. And this mapping diagram has a special name. It's called a 1-to-1 mapping diagram. All right. So guess what? We can represent this equation on a graph we just did a while ago, or we can represent this equation on a mapping diagram. All right.
Sir.
So as you can see, this formula here there's a relationship between the x and the y. All right. So it's actually called a relation. All right. So, all right. Tell me when you finish drawing this thing here. So I'm going to tell you what a relation is. So a relation, remember, what are we doing? We're doing relations, functions, and graphs. So I'm telling you, I'm giving you the definition of what a relation is. So a relation, well, a mathematical relation, because you know that the word relation comes from relationships. All right, but in the sense, we're looking at the relationship between the x values and the y values. So a relation is a set of ordered pairs that obey. Oh my, look right, good. That obey a particular rule. Oh dear. All right, I can't find enough space to write the word particular here. So let me run it again. A relation is a set of ordered pairs that obey a particular rule. Which rule you think about talk about? The equation. So this equation is the rule. It's like a set of instructions. All right. You know, many of you might not see the importance of this, but let me tell you. So when you're running a factory, when you're running any industrial factory or plant or manufacturing plant that has to process chemicals or anything like that, you know, okay, let's say you're making tomato ketchup. All right. And there's a machine that takes in all the ingredients for a ketchup. You see, before you can build a machine, you have to start it mathematically. All right. And you have to develop a relationship. You have to develop a function to actually run a machine. All right. So every machine starts off with a mathematical relationship. All right. And if you get a chance to do engineering, There's something in engineering called control systems. All right, and it basically controls every system. So every manufacturing plant has to undergo a control mechanism mathematically. In other words, they have to work with the mathematics of the factory, of the machine, before they can actually build it or actually run it. All right. Sometimes we look at things and say, boy, this not no use. Or we can go Mr. Chin shop and use relations, function, and graph. But let me tell you, these things that we're learning, they're very industrialized, they're very mathematical, it's tertiary education basically. And let me tell you what I think some students don't really understand is that CXC is not a career, it's not training for a career. You're just learning the core base, to put you to the next level for training in your different careers. For example, you study biology, right? Or integrated science. You learn about the respiratory system. All right? No, you understand it, but you can't do anything. You can't like go into somebody's lungs and examine. You can't do that. All right? So if you want to be a doctor now or a nurse, they'll train you using the knowledge that you have. I guess some persons get frustrated with the CXCs and say, boy, but it's for training, it's for future development. All right. Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
So we're at the end of our little segment here. Let me see if I can throw in a little activity before we go. All right, so please take up his question. So this is our last activity for today's session. Just a few more weeks or days remaining for the exam. All right, so if our relation from x to y is defined by all right, how am I going to draw this now? Right, so 0, 1, 2, Sin? Call Tiffany. All right. So, all right. Are you guys seeing this question here?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. What you know? I need to stop saying what you know. It sounds unprofessional. Not true. All right. So basically,
Yeah,
what
because you're
happened?
Jamaican, sir. You just use kids, sir.
Yeah. Hold on. There's something. Hold on. This arrow here. Sure. All right. Okay. So let me tell you what to do. Let me see. How can I? Some space on here. Okay. All right. So basically, it says if a relation from x to y is defined by this. So this is our formula. All right. So what did they say? They input 0 in this equation, and when they input 0, they get 1. All right. So basically, when x is equal to 0, I'm talking about this 0 here. That 0. So this, remember, on the left hand side would have been the what? The x values, not true? All right. So when x is equal to 0, let's call it y. I know you don't see y, but the x arrow is actually y. So y is equal to what? X squared. But you're not going to write x squared. You're going to write what? Replace x with what? With 0. That becomes 0 squared. Right. Subtract 2 times x. But what is x? 0 plus 1. All right. And what is 0 squared?
Okay, sir.
0 squared is 0.
0.
What's 2 times 0? 0.
0.
Right, but the 1, not true. We end up with what? With 1, not true. So this is the answer you get. You draw an arrow to the 1. So these are the answers. So this is what you're gonna do now. You're not gonna say when x is equal to 0 because we worked out that for you. What you're gonna do? You go say, okay, when x is equal to 1, you work out the what? The corresponding what? Y value. All right. And when you get the y value now, you just draw an arrow from 1 to wherever the answer is. So basically, these on the right hand side, these are the answers. I do the same thing when x equals 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So, sir, excuse me.
Yes.
I noticed that the 5 value is not there. So we would put in the 5 value on that side, right?
Oh, you're saying it's short?
Yes.
Basically,
so 5 would be what? 25?
There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
Okay.
What happens is that one of these values would have the same corresponding values for the y.
Okay, thank you.
So that's that's the reason why they did like that. All right. So what time is it now? Oh, time is up. All right. Tell you what. Do for homework, yeah? I'm going to.
I want to go eat my dinner.
You want to go to dinner? That mommy cook for you on Mother's Day? All right. I'm gonna send this in the what?
Yes.
I'm gonna send this in the WhatsApp. All right, your WhatsApp group, because all of you have a WhatsApp group, right? All right, class. I will see you around next week, Sunday. We will continue on this, on functions, relations, and
Sir,
graphs.
excuse me, sir.
Yes. Hold on. Somebody needs to mute the mic. Yes.
Sir, why not you, sir? The 4, 4, 16, sir, and the 5 value, sir. Answer for 5, sir.
No, what I'm saying,
Answer
one of these values on the X here, you're gonna have 2 of them on the right hand side. So for example, 3, probably 0 and 3 have the same answer on over here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, sir.
That's why, yeah, that's why it's like that.
Sure.
All right, so I'll see you guys next week. We will continue on this, and please come with your graph paper, because remember, this is functions, relations, and graphs. All right, so adios. All right, and thanks for joining.
Yes, sir.
And I'll
Bye,
see you
sir.
guys around.
Yeah, man,
All
sir.
right.
Thanks for your lessons.
All right. Blessings.
Remember to send it, sir.
Yeah, yes, Miss Morris. Yes, I will. I will.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, sir.
All right. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Yes, Audrey. Bye bye.